This video will cover the many variations of Respondus Lockdown Browser that are available and a quick overview of each. The four main devices that Respondus Lockdown Browser is used on and compatible with are Windows PCs, Chromebooks, iPads, and Mac OS. Each of these devices vary when initiating Lockdown Browser, but ultimately, in the end, function the same once in the test. Windows and Mac OS devices both utilize the Lockdown Browser student download link, which is located on the institution page on both the student and faculty side. The student will follow the link and prompts to download the browser onto their device. Once it is downloaded, the students must open the test in the Lockdown Browser. If not, they will be prompted for a password. Chromebooks are a bit different since they do not allow other browsers to be downloaded onto devices. Instead, Chromebooks work through a browser extension. The student will still want to begin by clicking the student download link on the institution page. They will then follow the prompts to add the extension to their Chrome browser. When the student is ready to take the test, they will navigate to the test in Blackboard. Once they open it, the Lockdown Browser will then launch. iPads are the only devices where instructors have to actually enable the use of them in the test settings. So the instructor will need to do this prior to allowing his students to use iPads. iPads use the Lockdown Browser app, which can be downloaded from their App Store. Students will be prompted to select their institution whenever they open the app, and then they can navigate to their test. Please note that Lockdown Browser does not work on any other tablets other than the iPad. So just a few tips and some things that kind of come up often. Sometimes the students will tell us that the test is requiring a password and the instructor did not set one. Students most likely are not opening the test inside the Lockdown Browser when this happens. Rather, they are attempting to open it in Chrome or Firefox. This will then prompt them for a password. All you need to tell them is just simply to make sure they're opening it up in the Lockdown Browser. If a student is having issues, our first step is always to uninstall the browser or the app or the extension and then reinstall it. Oftentimes the browser, it just needs updated, and this is honestly the easiest way to do so. Oftentimes, students that have Chromebooks get those Chromebooks from their high school, and so they are managed through their high school. Typically, students that have these type of Chromebooks are not able to download Lockdown Browser or really anything actually onto them. Unfortunately, what has to happen is the student has to reach out to the high school's IT department for assistance. Now, we do work with and are in contact with several of the high schools, and they automatically get this the download link. So oftentimes it's already on their Chromebooks as an extension. But if not, they will have to reach out to the high school IT department. Also, just to note, Respondus has 24/7 support that is available, and it's available within the testing environment. So if a student is actually in their test and having a problem, they can open up that 24/7 support. So it's always there and it's always available. So, as if Lockdown Browser wasn't already widely used on multiple different devices, it can also be used in third-party apps. So, for instance, here we typically utilize Pearson MyLab or McGraw-Hill. We use it for ALEKS, Connect, or even WebAssign. So, it's available to use in all of these platforms as well. Difference is that the download link is totally different than what we would use for the student download link that we have in the institution page. So typically what will happen is Lockdown Browser is added to a test in one of these dashboards. When the student goes to their dashboard in the third-party app and goes to take a test, they'll be prompted to download the Lockdown Browser. And again, like I said, this is a different download, so it's not going to work. Our download link that we have for Edison is not going to work. Again, if they have a managed computer from a high school, they're not going to be able to download this, so they're going to need assistance. Or even if they're on campus and maybe it's not one that already has that third-party download on, then they're going to need IT support. So just a few things to keep in mind.